In today's episode, we spend time with social entrepreneur and golf enthusiast Jihad Kasu as we explore how he's using his passion for the sport to drive social change. We also speak to Rondebosch Golf Club's golf manager Dominique Jacobs about the measures they've taken to make their club one of the few in Cape Town who have taken steps to accommodate their growing Muslim membership and visitor base. We also speak to the management of the Urban Oasis Hotel and Eatery about their venue and what it offers local and international guests. We also stop over at the exciting new Total Ninja Park in Cape Town, a supervised activity and fitness venue inspired by the global phenomenon TV series Ninja Warrior. So Dominique, tell us about the Rondebosch Golf Club.
Well, Rondebosch is a 18-hole golf course. We are par 72. The unique thing about our golf course is that we don't have 2 nines. We have 10 holes on the one side and we have 8 holes on the other side. We've been around for a very long time. Everyone knows Rondebosch Golf Club. It's 111 years
so
old.
Somebody that doesn't know golf, you said something about a par
Par 72.
I don't even know what that means. Explain that to me.
So a par 72 means that all the pars collectively over 18 holes accumulate to 72. So a par of 72 would be a very good score for someone to be playing. So over many years, Rondebosch has been, I remember as a child, I used to play a lot of the big junior Western Province events at Rondebosch. And I used to love coming here because it was almost like central for my junior Western Province career. And, you know, to this day, we host a lot of Western Province events. We're very popular for the junior events to come here and amateur Western Province ladies, men's. And we've been lucky enough this year to also co-host the Sunshine Tour event, the Cape Town Open, along with Royal Cape.
Women in golf, or women in sport in general?
I've definitely had my challenges, and you know, it's no different than the racial challenges and cultural barriers. But you know, uniquely, it does present challenges. But I've also been very lucky to have mentors and the industry as a whole putting initiatives together to further women in golf and to support women in golf. I'm very proud to be part of the PGA of South Africa, and they've just launched a Women in Golf initiative, which, you know, includes funding for women in sport, but not just for playing professionals or for women playing in golf, but also management. So another thing that makes Rondebosch very unique is our location. We are set in central to many diverse communities, which gives us a real opportunity to be trendsetters in social transformation. We, you know, as an MPO, we don't just have a responsibility to golfers, we have a responsibility to the community. And we need to ask ourselves questions like, do we add value? And again, not just to the golfers, but to everyone around us. Are we open to the community? And do we contribute to social change? And I think that, you know, we are on a good trend at the moment. And at Rondebosch, we really strive for inclusion of all people. We are surrounded by a very big Muslim community. And like I said before, we do have responsibility to give back to our community, and that is with no exception and with no exclusion of any culture or religion. And you know, our membership base, a big portion of it is Muslim. And therefore, we need to make sure that we look after our members. And you know, we do that through ongoing learning of the differences between different cultures and religions, and we try and improve where we can, and we try to accommodate. And we do that with, you know, we start with the small things, like the kitchen. We cater for halal. So the meals are prepared on different workstations, which prohibits cross-contamination. We also have a very lovely lady in the kitchen called Rishka. And, you know, when some members and visitors have questioned whether we serve halal or whether we are 100% halal, she's always more than happy to come out and speak to the members and guests, and it really puts their minds to ease. And I think that's an important part. You know, it's not just we are saying we're doing certain things, but we actually have people that can back what we are doing. And apart from our restaurant that caters for halal meals, we also have, we know the special requirements for ablution facilities for those Muslim members and guests that do feel that they need to make a prayer at certain times of the day. We do have a facility downstairs that gives space for them to comfortably make their prayers without feeling judged or without feeling that they're in the way. And, you know, over time, I must say that I'm very proud of our golf club, and, you know, not just the staff and management, but also our members. You know, we've all come a long way, and we've all gone out of our way to try and accommodate and understand each other. No one feels uncomfortable when they do go for their prayers during the day.
I am Marwan Ayvan. I'm from Dinter here, and I love golf.
Does it make you happy to play golf?
Yeah, I travel to new places also.
There are no golf courses in Mitchell's Plain. So how did you get into golf at a young age?
I saw one of my friends play golf, and I went to go try it with Uncle Jad and Uncle Richard, and I'm still here today.
How many times do you practice at the Rondebosch Golf Club per week?
Every Mondays.
Is that how you pull up to a golf course?
Yeah, that's the only reason I came here today, was to dive around on one of these golf. Are you well? It's good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Okay, look, I know I was told to dress like a golfer, and I hope I did you.
I know this is probably your first or second time on a golf course, but I can tell you, you're looking the part. I just don't know how white those shoes are going to remain by the end of the round.
You like the socks?
Oh, fantastic.
Somebody told me that golfers always wear these funny long socks, so I didn't know if I should do the whole. Or was that back in the 80s?
That's back in the day. Today we are a bit more modern.
Okay, so Jihad, you are going to take me through my second time on a golf course. It's a sport that I don't know nothing about. I see you. I can use your clubs, right?
Of course.
Okay, so I'm sort of nervous.
As long as you don't break it.
Look, it's not. There's no fighting in golf, so I don't have to worry about that too. Yeah. I'm a bit nervous today because I'm going to make a fool of myself. I know that the viewers would probably like seeing me make a fool of myself, but you've got to guide me through this. I don't have a clue about golf. I love team sports. Golf is something that never took to me, but I know it's a really tough sport, and it's you have to be very.
It's a mental game.
Mental game. So yeah, let's have some fun today, and you can take me through the paces.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that although you've been used to team sports and you're an avid rugby player, most sportsmen are actually good golfers. So cricketers and rugby players enjoy golf on their off time. So I'm pretty sure that's going to give you some confidence as you step into this today. But let me first sort you out with some kit.
Come on, yeah, make me look good. In rugby,
I know you like your manis and your pellies. So to keep your hands in check, you're going to wear a glove so that you don't get any calluses or blisters and it goes on your left hand, even though you're right-handed.
Okay.
And so we're out at the par 3 right now.
I have no idea what that means.
Well, look, a golf course has different ratings or strokes allocated to finish a hole on par. So a par 3 means a good golfer would finish the hole in 3 strokes. A par 4, 4 strokes, and a par 5 in 5 strokes. So
hold on. Does that mean that the guy actually takes 3 strokes to get the ball from here into the hole?
That's correct.
Yeah, it looks like I would probably take 30 strokes.
Well, I hope that 30 strokes and not 30 balls, because then the golf becomes even more expensive.
3 strokes to get the ball from here into the hole.
That's correct.
Yeah, it looks like I would probably take 30 strokes. Okay, so let's get started.
Let's go. So you might probably want to take out the biggest stick in the bag, knowing you. But for a par 3, it's a shorter distance. In fact, it's the shortest on the course. So you're only going to need an iron. We're 149 meters out now.
Hold on. Am I really going to be making a fool of myself on national TV today?
Well, it depends on how keen you are to look good.
Let's do this. Let's go.
The ball's teed up, and I'm going to attempt to make a birdie for you.
Yeah. Am I allowed to clap or cheer when you're...
Yeah, absolutely. Look,
because in general, I see people are really quiet here.
Golf is a fun sport, you know, and there's a lot of cheering that goes on the golf course, especially for good shots and birdies and hole-in-ones. And the etiquette is, you know, you can celebrate and enjoy yourself as long as you're not interrupting someone that's playing close to you as well.
Okay.
So if someone's about to take a shot, make sure that you...
quiet.
Exactly.
So if someone's about to take a shot, I'm not allowed to say, hey, have a good... You know what I mean?
Oh, before they tee off, yes, but not as they're about...
I see a lot of people here are quite serious.
That's the thing, you know, it's usually the older generation that are a bit more traditional, you know. But your tee shot's important. You want a quiet space in your mind and around you, so that you're not distracted.
Okay,
I mean,
I'll
look at the size.
I'll take a seat over here and I'll keep quiet and you do your thing.
Look at the size of the club, the size of the ball, and where we need to hit it. So a clear headspace does help. Not the greatest first shot, but we'll take it.
Okay, let's see where my first shot's going to go.
Okay, so you'll need a tee.
Okay.
Some guys will tell you in a par 3 you don't need a tee, but the really good golfers, the ones that have won events and tournaments, will tell you always give yourself the perfect lie whenever you can by using a tee.
Am I standing fine?
Yep. And the trick would be is to let your body rotate. There we go. So think of your arms as your shoulders as
First
a pendulum.
time lucky, eh?
That's not a bad strike, to be honest.
I should have gone a bit more that way,
I just didn't check which way you were aiming.
Exactly. I thought that the hole was there. So can we try this
That
again?
happens. Absolutely.
It was a good shot. Let's try it again.
That was a great shot.
I think that was a good shot for my first attempt.
Definitely.
Okay.
I can tell you that my first shot wasn't that good.
Look, I'm a hockey player, so it probably helps.
Absolutely. And you are a sportsman, so your hand-eye coordination is better than the average Joe. So let's put that to the test today.
Okay, so I'm aiming for that yellow flag over there, right?
So when you aim, you'll stand behind the ball.
Okay.
And you'll draw an imaginary line from the flag to the ball.
Okay.
And then you want your club to face that line.
Okay, let's do this. Nah. My first shot was actually much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going to get the hang of it as the day goes along.
Yeah, let's do this.
You know, I only came because of the golf cart.
So do you want to drive? Okay.
I prefer driving.
I don't know how safe I feel with you behind the wheel.
Let me drive.
No seatbelt on this thing. Okay, so you can just stop there over on this verge here. Okay. That's your ball.
Okay, so what's happening next, John?
So you've landed on the pathway, which means you get relief. and we get to drop your ball off the pathway where you can hit it without damage.
Okay, so this is my ball, right?
This is your ball, yes.
And that's your ball over there.
That's correct.
So I just want to say something quickly, right? My first shot of golf landed
Closer
10
to the
meters
hole.
away and closer to the hole than Jihad's ball.
Admittedly, it wasn't a great first shot, but that's golf.
Okay, let's go. So now what happens next?
So yes, so we're going to drop this over here. And you have to drop it from knee height, okay? Okay, so the club that you're going to need for that is your sandwich. This club lets the ball go higher than it goes further.
Okay.
So let's see if we can get this. It's quite a tricky shot,
Okay.
and it takes a bit of skill and finesse.
Something that I definitely don't have.
That is a fantastic shot. He's a natural.
Look at that.
That was a fantastic, and that's only your third shot here today.
It's my third shot on a golf course. Yes. Maybe I missed my calling at 42.
Who knows? It's never too late.
Thanks.
I must give Tamir kudos. Between the two of us, more experienced and a complete novice, he absolutely beat me on this first hole already.
Not yet. It's two shots each, right?
Well, this far, yes.
This far. I think after this hole, if I sink this one, I'm going to call it quits for the day. And when I'm one up, quits while you're ahead, right?
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, so there are different putter designs for different kinds of putting strokes, but let's not get into the technicalities today and just have some fun.
So I just want to, I got to put it out there that this is my third shot and my ball is closer to the hole than yours.
Absolutely, I have to give it to you. Yeah, it's a downhill putt.
Yeah.
So you have to control the speed and the line. So what you want to do is kind of visualize how the ball is going to curve on the grass as you putt it. So
Right to left.
correct. Get in the hole.
You see.
And
is
this
where
one
it
I
becomes-
just putt straight up to the flag.
Oh,
Oh, unlucky.
that's 5.
That's 5. That's not bad.
Okay. I
That's
was
a
good with
double.
the first 2 long shots though, but I think the
And
closer ones.
putting takes a lot more finesse
Also,
and feel.
it takes patience. It's something that I don't have. So
Well, it's something you need to get a bit more of. Okay, let's see if I can get this close. If I get it in, it will be a bonus. Oh, well, it was a bit firm. And yeah, I'm claiming to be the more experienced golfer. Oh,
So Jihad, it looks like golf is really close to your heart and it's really important to you. Why is it so important to you?
well, you're 100% correct, Tamir. I've got a very nostalgic relationship with golf. You know, as a kid growing up in Mitchell's Plain, there's no golf courses close by. A friend of mine whose dad played golf because as a kid he was a caddy. He caddied at Metropolitan Golf Course in the Sea Point Greenpoint area, sorry. And his dad also played through work. So my friend Munib would take some of his dad's clubs and he'd call me to play or hit some shots on a vacant field close to our home in Mandalay. And you know, he brought a bag of balls. There was maybe 30, 40 balls in a bag, and we just went out and hit. And of maybe 100 balls, I just hit one perfectly, and I absolutely fell in love with that feeling. I never thought that
So it was instant love.
it was instant. That
Yeah,
was
I know,
the moment.
I know I'm just having a laugh and I'm having fun here today, but at the end of the day, this is your life, right?
Yeah, so, and I'll tell you why it's important beyond that, right? So I was about 13, 14 years old at the time when that happened, that one shot that made me fall in love with the sport. And the first time I actually got onto a golf course, I was well into my 20s, you know? So there's been a massive gap between when I fell in love and when I was actually able to appreciate the sport a bit better. And that is because we weren't afforded the opportunity through school or the circumstances, the social circumstances we were in, to actually access golf courses. It's very expensive. You know, you come from a middle-class household.
Yes.
Those things are not priority.
Yeah. Look, golf is seen as a rich man's sport.
It still is today, and this is why I've integrated this into a lot of social development work that I'll tell you a bit about later, that I'm doing to use golf as a vehicle to drive some kind of social change. So that's why golf's important to me.
So that was a exceptionally, what is the right word? Scrumptious meal.
It was delicious.
It was delicious, especially after a long day of golf. It's good to be able to come and sit down and have a good meal like that. But that tires you though.
Absolutely.
So now it's time to go and sleep.
Well, that's usually what happens when you've had a good meal.
Yeah, Jihad, I really enjoyed myself out there today. First time that I've actually had a full round of golf. Your take on me as a player? Any feedback?
I can tell you that you exceeded my expectations, you know. So well done to you. Kudos, you did exceptionally well.
I paid him to say that. I'm just joking.
No, you did really well.
Thank you.
I ascribe that to your athletic ability. So you've got great hand-eye coordination. And you've got
Keep going.
And you've got a great mental game as well. You know, you're looking the part too.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep
But
going.
no, well done, well done.
Now, look,
And-
I'm not going to lie to you, I enjoyed it. I didn't expect it to be this, because I picked up a golf club a few years ago, and I honestly didn't enjoy it. But being there with someone like you, showing me the ropes and guiding me through it and actually motivating me, I can see why you actually get into this and why, you know, because it was always as if you're trying to guide me as you would with your kids at the Mitchell's Plain Golf Club. I mean, I didn't even know Mitchell's Plain had a golf club, and when you took your top off, I was like, where does this come from? So tell me a bit more about Mitchell's Plain Golf Club and how you actually, you know, help with these kids to drive the social impact of what's happening in the community and how to better their lives.
Well, you know, Mitchell's Plain has a golf club, clearly, but we don't have a golf course. So that's why people are confused, you know. So, well, where's your golf course?
Yeah.
We don't. We've got a fantastic partnership with Rondebosch Golf Course, and this is kind of our home away from home, if we can call it that. And they've embraced us as part of their development program and growing the sport as well. But how I happened to become a part of Mitchell's Plain Golf Club is that same field that I played on when I was a kid. Just before lockdown, I saw a group of kids, maybe 5 or 7 of them, hitting some balls on a field.
So let me just stop you there. So before lockdown, so how long has this been?
It was established in 2019,
Okay,
June
so
of 2019. So it was
fresh.
operating before unofficially, but the
Yes.
MPO has been registered since June 2019.
Okay.
And that's about when I got involved as well, maybe a month or 2 after that.
Yes.
And I saw these kids in the field, and I always wanted to start something like this myself, and I thought I needed mountains of resources, and I thought, here's these kids with a man helping them. And I drove past these several times until one day I said, no, I'm going to stop and find out what's happening. And that's when I met the founder, Sergeant Richard Smith, who's a SAPS member, deeply invested in youth and sport development and does fantastic work to eradicate social crimes in the community. And we spoke, and he told me about what he's doing and what his objectives are, and it was squarely aligned with mine. And I thought, there's no need for me to start something of my own. I can join and try to help and add value where I can. And that's how I started with the club. And I offered my time, and I went there as much as possible, because you don't need to motivate me to play golf at any conditions, you know.
Yes.
And so that's how I started. At that time, like I said, we had 5 to 7 members. Today we are about 35 strong, consistent participants
Wow.
in the club.
And
Ages from 5 years up until 18 years old.
that young?
That young, you know. There are lots of vices in the community that lure these kids away from doing something productive and constructive. And if it's not that, you know, the digital devices keep kids away
Yes.
from just being kids, you know, the way
I
we
know-
were,
I know the
playing,
way we
running
were, yeah.
around.
I mean, I think we grew up with golf with a little stick and a stone in the street. That's just how we were playing when we were
Exactly.
kids.
So,
What was that game called? Kenny or Kenny?
Kinichi.
Yeah.
Similar, yeah.
Similar, yeah. It's not golf, but yeah.
So from 5 all the way up until 18 years old, and collectively there's about 50 kids in the program. The 15
Yeah.
is about on and off, you know.
Okay. And how do you scout these kids? Do you recruit them? Can anyone join the program?
So it's open for anyone to join, and we go to schools. Richard and Donovan, who's also a SAFS member and one of the board members of Mitchell's Plain Golf Club, they go out to schools and we invite kids to participate. But it's largely through word of mouth and social media that we get to reach new audiences to say, look, we are around, we're in Mitchell's Plain, we're on the Lentegeer field where Collegians' home field
Yes.
used to be, but it's now completely dilapidated, so they can't even use it for that.
I heard about that. There's no sports happening at Lentegeer.
Precisely, it's completely derelict and neglected. We're using it because it's the only facility we've got.
Yeah.
Thankfully, though, we are engaging with the city of Cape Town, who seem very keen to help us find a more permanent space and a space that is more conducive for what we're trying to achieve. So anyone can become members. The kids that participate in the program, there's only a 200 Rand membership fee for the year.
Wow.
And that is more of a token payment to say,
Yeah.
you know, we are committing this or
Wow.
investing in our child. You know, generally when people when they get things for free, there's very little appreciation for it. So this shows that they're committed, and it also makes them a bit more invested in that child's participation in the program. So for that, we pick them up when they come to golf practice here at Rondebosch. They get a t-shirt, they get practice 3 times a week. So, you know, it's not about the money, it's about the
Wow.
investment in the child. And it's been working well. And we mostly have youth members. We are currently working on establishing a senior team
Yes.
that hopefully can also find themselves a bit of a home away from home here at Rondebosch. So that's kind of what it's about. And the main objective is not necessarily to find a pro golfer.
Yes.
It's to get the kids in the community away from the social ills, you know. Don't do crime, don't do gangsterism,
Yeah.
stay away from drugs, you know.
And you're using golf as a driver
Exactly.
for that, like someone else would use rugby or soccer
Exactly.
or cricket, or because you're a passionate golfer, that is your.
And also, I can understand, or I've benefited from being on a golf course. I know the people that I've met, I've been able to conclude business deals, and that has enabled me to move my life in a more progressive direction.
Yes.
So this is the table that you want to sit at in order to access more
Yes.
opportunities. And golf is a sport that our people, you know, the black and brown communities don't naturally gravitate towards
Yes.
because it's expensive, you know,
Yeah.
and the courses are far from where we stay. There's no public transport that can take you there. So we want to take the sport to them to say, if you're never going to try it, you're never going to know if you're going to enjoy it, how good you could be at it, and what it can offer you in
Yes.
terms of a life development. So that's why we intentionally chose golf and not soccer or rugby
Yeah.
or cricket or netball. And I say netball because we also want girls to join this program.
Yes.
I've written an article a week ago about why it's important, I think, to have more girls compete against the men head to head, because I firmly believe, and the stats prove, that the best women golfers are better than the best male golfers
Oh, really?
in world ranking and
Wow.
statistics. So I'd love to see more of that. It's an inclusive sport. It's for everyone, any size, any age, any level of athletic ability. And a classic example of that is, you might have seen her a bit earlier, that one of the young girls, Tyra, she was sitting here beside us with her family.
Yes.
And that just warmed my heart to see a family from Mitchell's Plain. I actually went to school with her dad.
Yeah.
And through this golf, we reconnected after high school, you know. And now we find them sitting here, spending the afternoon at Rondebosch, you know. She was playing, but when she started playing enrolling at Mitchell's Plain, she had very limited playing ability.
Yes.
But she was determined.
Yes.
And she made sure that she put in her all, and she kept practicing to get better. You could see that, and it makes it's no surprise that she's also a very good student.
Yes.
Because she had that kind of focus, and through that determination and focus, She now is an apprentice member of Rondebosch Golf Course or Rondebosch Golf Club,
Yeah.
where she can play for free. And she's also playing in the Western Province Golf Schools League.
Wow.
I mean, if that's not testament to the work that we're doing and the impact that it can have, then I don't know what is. So
what is the end result for you and this Mitchell's Plain Golf Club? Are you looking to just carry on with it? Are you looking to tour overseas? Are you looking to create champions? What is the bigger vision, or is it simply for social impact?
Our big vision is we want to leave a lasting legacy of positive impact. So that land that we're trying to get allocated through the city of Cape Town to build a 9-hole golf course
Yes.
is our long-term goal. We want them to say, okay, here's the land, you can develop, we'll find partners. That's a legacy because that will help more good catalyze from that, you know, it will be easier to access. And we want, just like Tyler has now progressed through the system, you've met Marwan earlier.
Yes.
He's another kid that's got fantastic ability. And through this program, they can access better schools through a sports scholarship.
Understand.
You know, and golf
Yeah.
is a sport that it needs a lot of transformation. So if they put in the effort, they are good and they're deserving athletes in the sport. It's going to open up so many doors for them. So that is the long-term goal. In the medium term, in the short term, we want to get as many kids away from the social ills, put their time and effort and energy into something that's going to be beneficial for them, so that they have a better chance at a better future, and not become more victims of the status quo. And if we don't put a lot of energy into actively changing
Yes.
our circumstances and our environment, we're always just going to succumb to it. So thanks to the broader team, Richard, Donovan and our spouses, we put a lot of time into this, and we can see the fruits of this now in people like Marwan and Tyra and Yasin. And we hope that over the next decades that we see many more of them, and this becomes a school of excellence for golfers that are coming from communities such as Mitchell's Plain.
Well, keep up the good work.
Amir, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks, man.
Let me show you around.
Okay.
So this is one of our balconies rooms on the first floor. We have designed the rooms to be suitable to long-term, medium and obviously tourist stays. All our studios have fully equipped kitchens with smart TVs, and we provide Netflix as a standard. We have 150 gig download Wi-Fi. For power outages, we have a generator that runs the entire building, so you are never without Wi-Fi reception and you're never without lights. We have double glazed all our windows, all our doors, so once you close, then everything is very silent here. We have oversized our bathrooms deliberately with big walk-in showers, hair dryer, shaving plugs, all the comforts that you need.
Hi.
Hi.
We have one spot.
Okay, sure. You can have a seat.
So when we purchased the building, the interior was so bad that not much could be salvaged, but we were able to conserve this. This dates back to 1820. We found a couple of photos in the Cape Town archives, and the artist here got the photos from us, and we asked him to make up some nice hate painted for the staircase, and this is the result of it. So down here we have our eatery, which is basically a stationary food truck assembly, so to speak. This one is Rick and Grill. They do all sorts of burgers and ribs and dry meat. The next one is Thai Hut. They do Thai curries, Asian noodles, sushi and dim sum. One further is Flaming Rooster. everything chicken, from chicken burger to kebabs. Then this one is Urban Delight. They do Gatsby's, sandwiches and local curries. The back is smoothies. They do Indian and Pakistani curries as well as tandooris. This is our dessert stall. We do pancakes, waffles, ice cream and fruit salads. The idea is to have a food offering where a group of friends or a family can walk in and everybody finds the kind of food that he feels like. The parents can have sushi and a burger, and the kids can have waffles and pizza, and it's all under one roof. You sit down and enjoy yourself. For entertainment, we normally show all the big sporting live events. We have some entertainments on Fridays and Saturdays with live music, sometimes stand-up comedy, and we advertise our events on social media.
So Gyad, we are in the heart of Cape Town CBD, and I've just seen one of the most amazing hotels that I've seen before. How did you come up with this concept?
Thank you very much. We started with Airbnb apartments about 6-7 years ago, and then we discovered this old building, and we managed to purchase the building, refurbished it, and in the process we decided we're gonna try to upgrade it to an apart hotel, targeting young people, targeting friends and families, and that is the result that we managed to do over a period of 3 years.
Wow, and the concept of the eatery downstairs, was that your brainchild?
Yes, kind of. We wanted to create something where friends can come together, families can come, and everybody will find his own food to his liking. The parents can have burgers and sushis, the kids can have pizza and waffles. So we try to offer something where a whole group of friends or families can come and feel right at home.
And you feel right at home here in South Africa at the moment. You've been here for how many years?
I came here in 1996 on a 3-year assignment, and I'm still here, as you can see. Yes,
you fell in love with the city.
Yes.
And what is it that you like about Cape Town?
I think it's mostly the people. Really, they are all friendly. You make friends very easily. You know your neighbors. You know your neighborhood. Everybody is really friendly. You get to know each other, and it's the weather, it's the outdoors, it's the beauty of the country. The overall package is fantastic.
Yeah, and your clientele in a hotel like this, do you cater for local market or mostly international?
It's actually both. It depends on the season. In winter, as we are now, we're probably looking at about 30% Europeans and 70% local. In season being November till end of April, it's probably the other way around. It's more 60% tourists and 40% local. We normally, our guests are predominantly young guys or young couples, families. I think the average age is about probably 30, so ranging from 25 to 40. And with the European tourists, there are some older couples, but we do notice that they are still not traveling after COVID. So we haven't seen a complete recovery as yet.
And a question that I had to ask you is, I was quite shocked to see that the eatery is halal. Whose concept or whose idea was that? Was it to be inclusive, or because it's not often that hotels tend to go the halal route in the eateries downstairs?
We need to see where we are, and we need to see what we're trying to achieve. We are in the heart of the East City. We are surrounded by many apartment blocks and many office blocks, and we want to cater for the lunch trade as well.
Yes.
And we want to be a focus point for the neighborhood. Whoever lives here or whoever works here, We want them to come for lunch, to have a coffee, to come after work for a drink, or a bite. So we established right from the beginning that all our kitchen will be halal. And I think we did the right thing. And our Muslim guests and patrons appreciate it, obviously. And our European guests and our fellow African guests,
must be loving they must be loving the food.
They do.
I've noticed that, especially European guests, when they come over, they like the different fusion flavor of foods. So they must be loving the fact that you have this different variety of foods right there on their doorstep.
They do, and we see, especially from the Europeans, that their day starts with a coffee and a breakfast downstairs. They're planning their day. They do utilize the eatery and the deck quite extensively, which is good.
Good, yeah. Listen, from my side, you guys are doing a really good job. It's one of the best hotels that I've seen so far.
Thank you.
And you're definitely going to have a repeat client from my side.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, no.
So Mohammed, the Rack and Grill, how did this concept start? Where did it start and how long have you been in business?
Okay, so we started way back in 2015, right? I'm a chef by trade, so there's always been something that I wanted to do there. And we found there's a gap in the market, and like we took it, and then within 11 days, the business was up and running.
11 days.
11 days.
And how long ago was this?
That's 2015.
2015.
The 30th of November 2015, that's when the idea came about, and about the 11th of December, we did our first event.
And how long have you been in this premises?
In this space, we're just about a few months short of 2 years. So we've been here, I think, December the 21st.
That is basically the full COVID period.
Yep, we opened in the heart of COVID. Tough time to open, but we pulled through. We managed to pull through.
Yeah. And what is unique about this experience? I mean, it looks like there's about 9 different venues here selling different halal food.
Of course, not only the specialty meals that we do, but there's various offerings from Asian. There's chicken, there's curries, there's desserts, everything, coffee bar, full on. So it's basically a full on experience when you come here, and you can also stay overnight.
Yeah, we've just experienced the hotel. It was actually beautiful. Lovely. So it's like a full package. You get the hotel experience, you get the dining experience as well. So from your side, what is your speciality? Or what do you suggest that I have? Now obviously you're going to take me to the Rack and Grill.
Obviously.
And what do you suggest is the best meal on the menu at the Rack and Grill?
So our trademark meals is, we do burgers, we do ribs, we do pizzas, we do, the boerewors roll, which is a Cape Town favorite. But our speciality is our ribs, and we'll do one of our special burgers as well.
Okay, so this can't all be for me. You know what? Let's get Jihad here. Jihad, come. You're gonna have to help me with these.
You're gonna have a piece of here.
Oh my word. Okay, so this is definitely out.
So those are sticky beef ribs, the legendary beef ribs over here. 500 grams of pure goodness, slow cooked, flame grilled, sweet and sticky basting.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna try one of these.
And then over here you've got your hunger buster. Double patty, triple cheese, caramelized onions, and mushrooms.
Okay, and over here we have
we've got our spicy steak pizza. So this is my personal favorite, right? Not only mine, but lots of our clients. Spicy steak pizza, hunger buster, and the sticky beef ribs.
Inspired by the global TV hit series Ninja Warrior, Total Ninja Cape Town is the largest course of its kind in Africa. Develop your ninja skills as you balance, jump, swing, and climb the different obstacles. You can even try to conquer the infamous warped wall. With activities for all ages, the whole family can join in and keep fit. So what made you bring this concept to South Africa?
Well, I've lived in South Africa for about 15 years, 3 very energetic children, and I'm always looking for somewhere and something to challenge them, beyond just swimming and running and surfing and climbing. I've traveled the world and I understand how big Ninja Warrior is around the world, so I was quite keen to bring that Ninja Warrior concept here to South Africa. Something new, there's nothing like it on the continent. There are very few Ninja Warrior parks anywhere around the world. So So here we are. This is what it is.
So is this the only one in Africa, or the
This
other?
is the only one in Africa. Hopefully it's the first of many,
Yeah.
but it's the only one. It's the largest one. I think it's the largest one in Europe.
So what age groups do you actually cater for?
Well, that was one of my other objectives here, was to open something that caters for the full range of the family. So often my children will go somewhere where my parents couldn't attend, or a younger one couldn't attend. So here we have something for, if you're under 5, you have a very, very challenging soft play area. And then you have our Ninja Warrior course and a large inflatable. So really you have...
We're going to get to that later.
Yeah.
I'm very fascinated with the Ninja Warrior course. I want to ask you 2 questions about that. So you're catering for all age groups, from under 5
all age groups,
all the way up to...
Yeah, as fit as you are and as energetic as you are, you can have a fun blast here. That's the refreshing, rewarding thing for us, is that we've been open for a few weeks, and you've seen that families, whole generations will be here.
Cape Town definitely needed something like this. So I see you've got a nice big restaurant area as well, big facility. How many people can you actually cater for?
So we can actually accommodate, I think 300 people we're at, but we cap it way below that, so that people have space and they don't feel too oppressed.
I also saw that you guys cater for like private functions and parties as well.
Absolutely. We're a big, we have 6 party rooms here. So in each party room we can accommodate up to 20 people. Parties are a big thing. Everyone likes to celebrate. We're big enough that we can have many, many parties. We also cater for team building. We've had team building events here, corporate challenges. I think corporate challenges.
I can see that working here. Corporate challenges. It must be so much fun to actually bring your team and do something over here.
And it depends if you want to really have a blast, if you want to just let your hair down as a corporate, then this is the place for you. But if you want to stimulate and challenge and be very competitive, we know that the market is very big.
What is actually up with the wall? How does the concept work?
So we've created 4 different runs, and from the left to the right, they get progressively harder.
So another question: how many people since you've opened actually completed the toughest one?
We've only seen a handful of people.
So it is doable.
We hosted the elite climbing club of South Africa here.
Yeah.
A few of those boys and girls were able to do it, but they're broken by the end of it. So we'll start timing people. We'll start introducing a competitive element. But at the moment, it's just see what you can do. People pick and choose what they can do. But the main objective is to have fun.
Yeah. Well, our actors definitely had some fun here today. Our little kids. And look how bumpy today. An old friend of mine, Jean-André Clear, ex-Springbok, okay? The guy, look, he makes me look small, hey? Come on, hey, Jean-André, how gaan it?
Great, man. What a great concept, eh?
Yeah, so what did you just decide to come here today with the kids, or what do you...
Yes, some special family time out here, and yeah, what a great concept, Total Ninja. It's been exactly what the youth needs, eh? Get the kids out, and also the family, the parents, some quality time with the kids out, being a bit active in a safe environment, no better than this.
I want to ask you a question. Can you complete that wall? Or can you beat the wall?
Why not? I'm going to try now.
In next week's episode of Prime Culture, Irvine joins us at the premiere of the new South African hit comedy Who's My Daddy? We interview lead actors Sans Moonsamy, Alfred Ntumbela, Peru Kirsten and Nadia Jafta. We visit the well-attended first edition of Fame Week Africa at the CTICC in Cape Town. Event director Judy Goddard tells us all about this networking event for the film, media and arts industry. We also take a look at the Cape Town leg of the International 1 Minute Film Festival 2022.
Thank you for watching this episode of Prime Culture. Tune in next week, same time, same place.